You've decided to start investing. You know you want a simple, all-in-one ETF. You Google it, and immediately 3 tickers come up: XEQT, VEQT, ZEQT. They all look basically identical. Same idea, same low fees, all 100% stocks. So which one do you actually pick?
And does it even matter?
That is exactly what we are going to answer today. By the end of this video, you will know the real differences between all 3, who each one is actually for, and which one we think makes the most sense for most Canadian beginners. Let's get into it. Quick disclaimer: we are not financial advisors. This video is for educational purposes only. Please do your own research. Okay, let's go. First, let's talk about what all 3 ETFs share. Because honestly, the similarities are more important than the differences. XEQT, VEQT, and ZEQT are all 100% equity, all-in-one ETFs. No bonds, no cash, pure stocks. They are each what's called a fund of funds, meaning instead of holding individual stocks directly, they hold a small basket of other ETFs underneath, which together give you exposure to thousands of companies around the world in a single purchase.
One ETF, thousands of companies. Instant global diversification.
Exactly. Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, the big Canadian banks, they're all in there. All 3 ETFs automatically rebalance themselves, so you never have to manually adjust anything. And all 3 have very low management fees compared to traditional mutual funds. So if you buy any one of these 3, you are already making a genuinely smart investing decision. The question is just, which one fits you best? Let's meet the 3 players. XEQT comes from iShares, which is owned by BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world. VEQT comes from Vanguard, the company that essentially invented index investing and has a legendary reputation for low fees. And ZEQT comes from BMO, Bank of Montreal, which makes it the only truly Canadian domestic provider of the 3.
That actually matters to some people.
It does. Vanguard and BlackRock both have Canadian subsidiaries, but are ultimately American firms. BMO is a Canadian bank through and through. For some investors, that feels more comfortable. For others, it makes zero difference. Just worth knowing. Now let's talk fees. XEQT has an MER of 0.20%. ZEQT also comes in at 0.20%, tied with XEQT. VEQT currently sits at 0.24%, slightly higher. However, Vanguard cut their management fee in late 2025, so VEQT's reported MER may come down closer to XEQT and ZEQT once that fee cut is fully reflected at fiscal year end.
So the fee gap could close.
It could, but even right now, the difference is tiny. On a $10,000 portfolio, we're talking about $4 a year. Over time, that does compound, but it is not the reason to choose one over the other. All 3 are genuinely cheap. Okay, here's where it gets interesting. The real differences come down to 3 things: Canada weighting, distribution frequency, and what's under the hood.
Let's start with Canada weighting.
XEQT holds about 25% Canadian stocks. ZEQT is also around 25% Canada. VEQT holds closer to 30% Canada. Now remember, Canada is only about 3% of the global stock market, so all 3 are already overweighting Canada compared to pure global market cap. But VEQT leans into that home bias a little more. If you believe in Canadian banks and energy companies long term, VEQT gives you a slightly bigger slice of that. If you want more international exposure, XEQT and ZEQT tilt that way.
Neither is wrong. It's just a preference.
Exactly. Now, distribution frequency. XEQT and ZEQT both pay out distributions quarterly, 4 times a year. VEQT pays annually, just once a year. From a total return perspective, this makes zero difference, especially if you have DRIP turned on. But psychologically, getting paid quarterly feels more rewarding for a lot of beginners. It's a small thing, but it keeps people engaged with their portfolio.
And engaged investors stay invested longer.
Which is everything. Now, the most interesting difference, what's actually under the hood? XEQT and VEQT both use broad market cap weighted index ETFs underneath. ZEQT does something slightly different. BMO deliberately adds dedicated exposure to mid-cap and small-cap stocks on top of the large-cap holdings. Most all-in-one ETFs are very top-heavy, dominated by the biggest companies. ZEQT rounds that out a little. Whether that matters over 30 years is debatable, but it is a genuine structural difference worth knowing. Now, before we talk about who should pick which one, we need to talk about the biggest mistake beginners make with these specific funds. Do not, under any circumstances, buy more than one of them.
More tickers does not mean more diversification.
Exactly. We see people buy XEQT and then they get FOMO, so they also buy ZEQT. Or they buy VEQT and then they add an S&P 500 fund and a Canadian dividend fund on top of it. Remember what we said at the start. These are all-in-one portfolios. If you hold XEQT, you already own the S&P 500. You already own all the Canadian banks and energy companies.
You already own everything.
If you go out and buy another ETF on top of it, you aren't adding new companies to your portfolio. You are just buying the exact same companies twice. You are actively messing up the perfect global balance that the fund managers built for you.
You are basically paying to undiversify.
And you are giving yourself unnecessary homework. The entire superpower of an all-in-one ETF is that you only need one single line on your spreadsheet. Holding XEQT and VEQT at the same time is like buying two different brands of daily multivitamins and taking them both every morning. It doesn't make you twice as healthy, it just overcomplicates your routine.
Pick one multivitamin.
If you decide XEQT is your fund, just buy XEQT. Put blinders on, ignore the other tickers, and let that one fund do all the heavy lifting for you. So who should pick what? Here's our honest take. XEQT is for someone who wants the most globally diversified option, slightly lower Canadian home bias, quarterly distributions, and the brand recognition of the world's largest asset manager. VEQT is for someone who loves Vanguard's philosophy and reputation, is comfortable with slightly more Canada in their portfolio, and doesn't mind annual distributions. If the Vanguard name gives you confidence, that confidence helps you stay invested through volatility, which is worth something. And ZEQT is for someone who prefers a Canadian domestic provider, wants that small and mid-cap exposure baked in, and loves getting those quarterly distributions just like XEQT. Here is the honest truth about all three. The differences are real but small. Over 30 years, the outcome between holding XEQT versus VEQT versus ZEQT is unlikely to be dramatically different. The much bigger factors are, did you start early enough? Did you contribute consistently? Did you stay invested when the market dropped? Those decisions will move your final number far more than which of these three you picked.
Stop comparing. Just pick one and start.
That's it. Switching between these three, chasing a slightly better fee or a slightly different allocation is not worth the mental energy. Pick the one that feels right for your situation, set up your automatic contributions, turn on DRIP, and leave it alone. So, XEQT if you want maximum global diversification and quarterly distributions. VEQT if you love Vanguard and want a slightly higher Canadian tilt. ZEQT if you want a Canadian domestic provider with small and mid-cap exposure built in. All three are genuinely great options for Canadian beginners. The best one is the one you actually buy and hold.
Now stop researching and just buy it.
If this video helped you make that decision, subscribing really helps us grow. And if you're not sure what to do when markets get scary, check out our Market is Down video right here. Knowing how to react is just as important as which ETF you pick. And if you have cash sitting in Wealthsimple earning 1.25%, you need to watch that video before your next move. Both are on your screen right now. We'll see you in the next one.